Hey pilots, welcome to another exciting episode of War Robots Domination, a series of helpful gameplay tutorials designed to help highlight the tactics and strategies that I use to help tip the scales in my favorite game, War Robots. Each episode will feature a handful of battles along with helpful commentary that'll provide insight as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I'm your host, Gotchure Beacons, and I've been playing this awesome game for a few years now, and I've learned a few tricks along the way that I'd love to share with y'all. You'll notice that although my hangar is fairly basic and at lower levels, I've been able to climb it up to Expert League. So I believe that you'll find my tactics will help you do more with less, which can be very helpful with today's economy in the game. I should also mention that this is my second account, so don't let my career profile stats fool you. This is actually my baby account. But it sends a great message to pilots who feel they need to chase the current meta in order to be competitive in battle, because you don't. Wise gameplay can usually overcome any fancy gimmick. A death button is a great example. It can still melt just about any build, and its heritage stems all the way back to nearly the beginning of the game. It's all about knowing when to use it and how to use it. So, without further ado, I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episodes while I walk you through my gameplay tactics and share with you my mindset in battle. I hope you find it entertaining, helpful, and fun to watch. I think you will. Be sure to keep a lookout for a hidden treasure. I've placed a link in one of the battles of this episode that will give you access to one of my exclusive winning formula videos. These private reserve videos were specially designed for squad battles and work amazingly well for domination and beacon rush, and provide specific formation strategies for certain maps that will practically guarantee a victory to the team that deploys these tactics correctly. So, keep a lookout for them, guys. Happy hunting. Let's take a look at my hangar. We got Frick and Frack, my Death Button Raven and my Russian Death Button Raven. Then we got the General, my beautiful Trident Fury. Then we got Reaper, my Avenger Bulwark. And we got Buzzkill, my Spark Scorch Bender. The bots are at level 6, the weapons are at level 9. I'm going to call this battle short and sweet, and it sure is, so stick around, guys. It's a quick lesson, but it's a very valuable one, so it's a good one to pay attention to. I'm going to enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, Mortality. It's a great instrumental. So, on Domination, the general idea is 3 and hold. Get 3 beacons and hold them, okay? And stay there if you need to guard them. If there are other mates that are needing challenge, or if there's an unguarded beacon, go after it. But, you got to at least hold the beacons that you're at. So that's what I've done. I've gone over here, capped my beacons, and I'm holding them. And I'm letting my mates run around and do what they're doing. Now, it looks like we're already up 4 beacons to 1. And the Reds don't seem to be doing anything. Now, there's several modes in this battle, and in this game you can choose from. Team Deathmatch is where you kind of do find a good spot where you can kind of be protected, and then try to make sure that you're doing more damage than you're receiving, and make sure you're taking out more men than you are, than you're dying. And that's good. Then there's Beacon Rush, where you're trying to get beacons, but then there's a big ebb and flow to the battle, and there's a lot of damage that goes on too. But right now, the Reds are playing almost like this is a team deathmatch, and it's not. And unfortunately, you can't sit back there and do that. So make sure that when you're out here playing domination, you're going after the beacons and then holding them. And if no one's challenging you, you don't even need to run off. I'm staying here. I know it looks like, wow, what a boring game. Hey, we're winning. Right now I'm waiting for anyone to come by and take that beacon. If they do, then I got a fight on my hands. Normally that's what you do. You go to a beacon, you take it, and then you're going to have a fight on your hands because someone's going to try to challenge you. The Reds have not been doing that. And as a result, this has been kind of an easy win. The beacon bar goes really, really fast when you're up 4 beacons to 1. And although I'm down, I just got taken out, I'm dropping in, and before I even hit the ground, this battle's over. So, that's as easy as it gets, guys. So make sure that when you're playing domination, go after the beacons. It's a great lesson here. It really, really is. As basic as it sounds, we have good pilots on both sides. We have experts and masters. These aren't beginners. These aren't privates or bronzes. They should know better. When you're in domination, make sure you're going after the beacons. That's what you need to do. And then normally you have your challenges. Now, if you're not getting challenged, there's no reason to leave. As I did there, we did fine. I didn't get any damage, but we won the battle. And that's all you're trying to do, is win each battle. You climb up in your expert, in your league ranks when you do it that way, guys. So hey, if you see your name, thanks for the game. It was a great lesson, and I hope you learned something from it, guys. Peace out. I'm going to be calling this battle Textbook Shenzhen. It's not exactly textbook, but it's very, very close, so it's a good one to keep an eye on here, guys. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, War. So this is Shenzhen, the big city map. And there is a winning formula that I have made a video for, and I will actually hide a link to it in this episode that contains this video. So keep a lookout for it, guys. But the textbook winning formula here is to go 3 go right, 3 go left on Shenzhen. Basically, you're gonna cap your spawn beacon, and then you're gonna head over to either the right side or the left side, behind this big structure with the blue roof, or the other side on the far side of the map. And once you cap that beacon, you're basically gonna sit there and defend it and hold it. And anyone who comes to try to get it, you vaporize them. And if you position yourself right, you can also get some splash weapons and long-range weapons that basically peek into the center and pick them off. So they really only have 2 beacons to get after. Their spawn beacon and the center. And you're gonna whittle them away as you're going after center. If they start coming after some of these that you're hunkered down in, you're gonna vaporize them if they get close. So they're really gonna go after the path of least resistance, which is gonna be their spawn and the center. And again, you're gonna chip them away as they get to center. So if you have enough guys at the right side or left side, it's a done deal for you. So that's the winning formula. And I will have a more detailed video that's going to be linked here, but that's it. Now, we kind of started doing it, and then we kind of lost control, and we're not playing as a squad, so these guys don't know the winning formula, but it looks so close. And right now, as I get another mate over here on my side, it's going to look like it, because we basically got this one sewed up, and we got the far side sewed up, and the only beacon that they can even go after is the center. And as they do, we rip them up. And that's it, and that's going to make it an easy win for us. Buzzkill can hold his own pretty good. That guy's really annoying, but I got a mate coming over here to help take him out. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to focus my attention on the center. And any reds that come in after the center, I'm going to melt them. You know, and they're having a hard time even getting to that, but they can't go to the far side because we're so hunkered in over there. No one wants to stay a foot over there. So by controlling the back side and this side and giving them only the center to go after and picking them off when they go to center, they really have nowhere to go. They can't breathe. And that is an easy textbook win in Shenzhen. So there you go, guys. Hope you're taking notes. Use that when you're doing squad battles. Let's take a look at the pilots in today's battle here. We have very experienced people here, from experts all the way up to a champion there I saw on my side. But for the most part, the damage was fairly even. Even the beacons were fairly even. But because of our formation, and it allowed us to basically hold the beacons that we are at and defend them really, really well. And again, only give them the center to go after, but vaporize them as they got close. It made it really hard for the Reds to recover from that one. If you see your name, thanks for the game. It was a great lesson. Here's to take a look at this week's skirmish. I'm going to call it Secret Weapon, and you're definitely going to see why here. Here's the hanger for this week. We got an Ares, an Ao Quinn, a Nemesis, an Ao Guang, and a Hades. And I may be saying those Dragon Bot names incorrectly. Sorry about that, guys. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, Woodish. It's one of their newest ones in my lineup, and I really like it. It's got a great sound. So, this week's skirmish, I'm calling it Secret Weapon because basically these are all bots that have secret weapons. So they have not put any actual external weapons on the slots that they have. So you're basically surviving and killing with the built-in secret weapons of each one of these bots. Now, I don't have any of these fancy bots in my hangar, so I really have no idea exactly how to use these things, the timing and all. But in general, what you're doing is you've got an ability. Your ability comes with some firepower. So usually on some of them, when you have your ability activated, you're actually absorbing the energy or the weaponry that's coming at you, and then when your ability times out, it actually reverts back and fires off whatever just got it absorbed, essentially. But it also, I think, even if you haven't absorbed anything, it's still gonna fire off a few shots, even if you have nothing saved up. So if you are facing someone else and they haven't shot at you, you can still activate your ability and fire off some homing missiles at them. But each one of these builds is a little bit different, and I really don't know how to use any of them. So I'm learning. And that's the great thing about Skirmish. It's an opportunity to learn some of the abilities and characteristics of bots that you don't have in your hangar, and you can kind of decide if it's something you like or not. The interesting thing about these is they all have a secret weapon. So you're really only going to find out what their secret weapon does and maybe some of the characteristics. Maybe when your ability is activated, their durability goes down, but you have that weapon going out. Like that guy, he died really easy like when he was flying around. Obviously, he wasn't in stealth either. Some will have a stealth when you're flying around. These ones do not. So again, this is a great way to at least find out the mechanics of these builds that are available out there. Usually they're available for purchase, but it also shows the kind of damage that they can do even if you don't have weapons on them. So it's a lot of fun, and you know what? That's the idea behind Skirmish. It doesn't count for or against your career stats. It doesn't hurt you at all. It might even get you a little bit of silver, but if anything, it gives you a chance to hold these things and try them out and see how they work. And it's a little bit of something fun to do. So that's the idea behind Skirmish. That's why they only last for a week or a handful of days, and that's why they don't count against you, because they know you're playing with devices that you don't know how to use. So they don't want it to count against you, and they want you to simply have some fun. So Skirmish is a lot of fun. Take it for what it is. Don't get too bent out of shape if you're in with pilots that don't know how to utilize the robots, because you are going to be sharing the field with anywhere from bronze all the way up to champions, all in the same battle. But you're sharing equal bots, equal weaponry, equal power and all, and you're going to be using things that you have no idea how to use. Or maybe you do if you're one of the champs that actually have some of these in your lineup. But it's kind of fun still for everyone to kind of go out there and play around. Because I don't know much about these builds and I'm learning as I go, I'm not doing a lot of commentary on how they're working because I'm learning. So you're just basically seeing me basically stumble around with these things and not know what I'm doing. I do know that if someone's shooting at me, to hit my ability to absorb what they're shooting at me. I do know that some of these fly, and I do know that some of them, even if I haven't absorbed any weaponry or any damage, I can still turn on my ability and fire at them with some kind of a homing missile or some kind of artillery or something like that. So that's what I'm doing, guys. But this is this week's Skirmish. Use some of the basic fundamentals though, as far as using angles on your shots, staying around cover when you need to. Don't just get out in the open and expose yourself. Some basic, gunplay, and first-person shooter tactics still need to be used here. And use wise timing and everything else, and try not to take on too many bots at once like I just got through doing. So that wasn't a very smart move. Don't hang around their spawn point. That's not a good idea. But it looks like we're having a fairly even battle. We've got 26 kills to 22 kills. This is team deathmatch, so this is all about staying alive. So that makes this kind of fun. We're not trying to cap beacons or anything like that. So there you go, guys. I think we're just about timed out on this battle. And although they seem to be coming back, it looks like we got them on the kills. And with the countdown here at 1 second, there you go. So there's a victory. So hey, it was a lot of fun, interesting stuff. I might have another battle to show you from Skirmish if I figure out how to use these things better and have a better show of gameplay anyhow. But hey, it gives you a good look at this week's Skirmish, and you can jump in there and give it your shot. You're going to be in there with all sorts of different ranks, from bronze all the way up to champions, all on the same sides, on both sides and all. So there you go, guys. If you see your name, thanks for the game, thanks for the fun time, and there's a good look at this week's Skirmish. Peace out, guys. Well, friends, that just about wraps it up for another episode. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and were able to take something you learned and use it in battle. I add content to my YouTube channel almost daily, so please stop by when you're able and check out the fresh new material. Or just click on an old episode and maybe catch another tip that'll help you up your game. If you like what you see, please tap on the red subscription button and then tap the bell to be notified when new episodes are released. It would also be helpful if you could make a comment about the video, whether it's an example of how the episode helped you, or maybe additional advice to help elaborate on the tactics I shared, or even constructive comments that'll help clarify something I might have missed. It's all good and greatly appreciated. Finally, this game is full of challenges and can create frustration for some who are simply trying to have fun with this awesome game. My goal is to provide you all with helpful information and help reduce the frustration and increase the fun. So, if you feel these videos are helping you, please share them with a friend, someone who you think might benefit from them. Well, that's about it for today, guys. As always, keep 'em blue out there, and I hope to see you on the battlefield. Make sure you're having fun, though, because if you're not, you're doing it wrong. I love you all for your support. Play well. Peace out.